Empowerment to Martin Luther King Jr. was the fuel that ignited the engines of change.
It isn't that he gave a speech and the world changes. He organized to empower other people to be the difference. So yes, he as one man had this incredible impact, but it's because he was able to unlock the capacity of others to be better.
In Ithaca, the Dorothy Cotton Jubilee singers use music to empower, while in Brooklyn, the Level Up program harnesses education.
Everything's all right in my Father's house, in my Father's house, in my Father's house. I heard these songs growing up. My grandmother would sing them. They were on the radio. In my Father's house. They were always a part of our lives. Everything's all right in my Father's house, where there's joy, joy, joy. So I would ask my grandmothers, why do you sing these songs? And then she turned to me and she says, I sing them because they encourage me. They give me strength. She grew up in the Jim Crow South, so that trauma lasted a lifetime for her. But she would always have a song on her heart. That's kind of how I got involved with the Negro spirituals. What is the history of the Negro spiritual? The enslaved people that came out of Africa brought their music, but they were forbidden to worship and to sing the way they wanted to. We know that a lot of the Negro spirituals were coded messages. The River Jordan could have been the North. Harriet Tubman's coming to rile up the place and take us away. They gave messages of hope. They can express themselves, cathartic. Basically, why was I born? Why did you put me here to suffer so? They gave them a voice. We know that a lot of these songs in the civil rights were Negro spirituals. I call them new wine and old wine skins, just because they changed the lyrics to fit the times. And without the music of the enslaved people, I don't think there would have been a movement of civil rights in this country. Let me tell you about a woman that you should know. Her name was Dorothy Cotton. Always had a song on her lips. She would sing this song, another man done gone, another man done gone, another man done gone. We didn't know his name. I said, why do you sing that song? She goes, there were so many black people murdered during the civil rights movement and before that we didn't even know their names. Dorothy was in Dr. King's inner circle. She was one of his most trusted advisors and actually typed, I have a dream speech.
I knew that I was smarter than some of those guys at the table. But it's not something you talk about, you just sort of know it. And somewhere along the way, I developed a real confidence in who I was, and I just let them be who they thought they needed to be.
As we were marching on the sidewalk, and these people were now rattling chains and throwing bricks, and quite a large one came right across my face and smashed a plate glass window, but another inch it would crack my skull. I remember seeing Andy Young down on the ground, somebody pounding on him. I'm not even sure how that march ended. The rest of it seems to be a blank, but we ended up back in the church with some people hurt. We went back in the church and sang some songs. It occurs to me we always somehow, even in a moment like that, could sing songs like, ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. And these were sort of songs affirming our resolve to continue the struggle.
The question about low points. What happens when we hit low point? This may sound flip, but you know what we would do? We would sing. The civil rights movement was a singing movement. Talk about moving from your head to your heart, talking about learning how to feel and experiencing feeling something, as opposed to being on such a head trip about it.
You're moving toward danger. And you want to be sure that everybody is with you. Singing a song is that kind of assurance. They're going to stay with you as long as you keep singing. Dorothy understood that power that comes from knowing the song.
They were willing to give their lives for what they believe in.
I have a sense that Dr. King had accepted that he might go out in a violent way. And we stood there as the bus was rolling out, and Andy and I started singing, this may be the last time. I'm going to cry, so I better stop. This may be the last time, children. This may be the last time. It may be the last time. I don't know, because it may be the last time.
Those struggles that we all have as human beings, I think, are brought to the forefront when a song touches your heart. I wanted to pay homage to Dorothy, and that's how we formed the group, the Dorothy Cotton Jubilee Singers. The Dorothy Cotton Jubilee Singers are a multiracial group of college and community singers. I feel like the Negro spirituals speak to us today, no matter what walk of life you're from, because I think they speak to humanity. So certainly it would make sense that anybody and everybody could sing these songs